This episode of Tritoncraft begins with something of a somber note as we bid a fond farewell to our faithful companion, Bort, who survived for a few episodes, annoying the crap out of me as I tried to turn around and do stuff in here all the time. Bort is gone. Bort has left us. He I don't know where he went. I have no idea. The game stole him from us. He must have clipped through a block at some point and been suffocated and killed, or he just randomly despawned, disappeared, which doesn't make sense for a player created named Iron Golem. But anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode of Tritoncraft. Ooh, I like ducked and jumped. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Getting a good exercise. Okay, that's starting to hurt my calves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. It's so amazing to have you here. I hope that whenever you are watching this, wherever you are, wow, that's my leg. Wherever you are in the world, that you're having an absolutely amazing day. Take good care of yourselves. And, you are amazing. Never forget how amazing and how wonderful you are. We've got to head down into the basement because we've got to figure out what our new task is for today. But we're not going to do that just yet because you'll see in my inventory I have got a bunch of gravel. And essentially this is gravel that we removed from the ice farm project. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the video with the ice farm project and all the amazing feedback and everything. You guys are absolutely amazing. I really do appreciate it. But I got to put some gravel down. I want to put some more gravel down on some spaces outside of the island because I realized that I hadn't done it yet. I did take care of the rest of the shulker monster, so we don't have to deal with any more of that. It feels weird to have cleaned up a bunch of chest monsters. I am totally in love with this build. I think this thing just looks absolutely amazing. I love just all the different amounts of detail that we've got going on in this thing. I think it's just absolutely amazing. And this looks so cool out here now without this ridiculous chest monster that's been floating around out there. But I'm not going to sit here and keep you guys on camera while I do all of this stuff. But we'll come back and I will show you guys what we have accomplished. Welcome back, everyone. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to chuck in a few little details like this around the base of the island and just kind of fix just any areas where there was really prevalent jank kind of in the design of the island superstructure here. And just kind of added some kind of growths of gravel kind of up the sides and everything. And I still don't like this. I'm gonna make some of those a little bit less even there and probably throw in some more around here. But yeah, I just kind of want it to look like some, oh my God, the drowned. I don't have any more water projects on that board downstairs, do I? Because if I do, my God, I'm going to be so angry. I'm so tired of dealing with stupid drowned. They're just driving me nuts, But yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit better now that we've, just raised the height of a couple of these a different level. So it doesn't look so samey same. It just looked too samey same. The biggest change I did was kind of over here because, oh God, there's two trident guys down there. Jeez. I replaced some of the sand that was down there along the edge of the island. We extended the gravel around and we had built up a lot of gravel up here on the sides as well. I just think it looks great. It's just a lot of, additional visual details and just kind of making the island kind of fit in more seamlessly. I feel like down here in the bottom, what is going on with this area over here? What is this mess? Oh, so this is the underside of our animal farm in here, of our zoo or whatever you want to call it in here. This actually, I forgot to add to the list because you'll notice, yeah, that's not even done. This is a half designed leg. Never got done. These are just, plain old square legs. Never got done. Yeah, this all needs to be finished as well. So I had to add this to the board downstairs. So we actually had more stuff to get added in there. So that's going to be a project that's going to be coming up at some point as well. I think I want to add another band of purple on the outside of that. Give that a little bit of depth at some point as well. Just add little tiny bits of gravel in there. I added a whole bunch over in here. Just all this in here. But yeah, the ice farm done and dusted. I am glad to be leaving this project behind and be heading off to something new. Let's head downstairs and let's see what today has in store for us. There is so much left to do on this island and in this area, but I am finally thrilled to be checking off 2 projects. Now, last time I was only supposed to do the Ice Farm Island, but we also ended up doing the Ice Farm collection system, so that entire build is completely done now. So whenever I finish something, we're going to take the paper from our little system over there, boop, boop, and there we go. Those are done and dusted, so now we know those are completed. But what does this have in store for us today? I mean, there's no point in waiting. Let's hit the button. Let's figure out what we are going to be up to today. All right, what do we got? What is it going to be? The Overworld Highway. This is actually, I'm not going to lie, pretty perfect. Because, and I'm going to just put this in there just for safekeeping for now. I actually had intended to, continue work on the Overworld Highway anyway, but I wanted it to, come up in our little machine there. But when I wanted to take a screenshot of everything that I was doing over here, I think my mouse sensitivity is too high. Like, I'm like tapping it and it's going whoop. I don't know what's happening with that. But yeah, I did an extension of the Overworld Highway that actually goes all the way down here to kind of the extent of where the highway system is going to run to. And I've also, you'll notice a lot of carpeting going down the center of this, and this is actually a motif that's going to continue as we come down here. I replaced all of the yellow concrete in this thing with sea lanterns underneath these yellow carpets because we needed additional lighting, because even with these redstone brick lamps, we are still getting mobs spawning at different points on the highway. Now, not down here because this is all carpeted, so there's nothing spawning down here, but I needed to up the light level. So yeah, we have added, I don't think there's actually sea lanterns under those portions because it looks darker. Yeah, it looks darker there. But yeah, and there was also a very fun and very, interesting thing that I hadn't realized once upon a time. You can see here how this is centered in the middle of this block. The lights are in the middle of this little line on the highway. That's not what it used to look like. I had to rip out and move all of these because they weren't centered, and I had started at some point, and I think it was over here when I built this extension to go over to the farmer's market in the first place. Yeah. I centered it, and then it wasn't centered like the whole rest of the road, so I had to go through and I had to fix the entire thing. But the Overworld Highway doesn't just include the above surface portion of this thing either. It also includes the below surface pillars. And this actually kind of works out because I've been wanting to replace, ever since I saw these diorite ones that were in here for some reason. Yeah, this one right here and then the next one down in the sequence are both diorite for whatever reason. I don't know why that is, but I've been using end stone brick for this, which I really like. I like that it has that sandy color in there. You kind of match it. You get a little bit of good comparison there. But we've got to build the supports for this as well, and that also includes the end rods that are going to run along the sides of the highway. The current plan for the Overworld Highway system, let's take off here and fly around. Oh, that looks so much better now that all those chest monsters aren't there. But the current plan for this is to go all the way down here, so we've got to do some more sea lanterns and some carpeting and stuff down here as well. That's got to be fixed up. This is going to come all the way down here, and then this is going to turn up this way. And, the highway system, this is where I extended it to last time for that thumbnail. And basically, we're going to kind of make a little closed loop system here. So this is going to turn this way. It's going to come down this way and feed back over to this pit over here, and then continue down here. And then this is where it's going to loop back over into here. And then, who knows what else is going to happen in this game. We might end up adding some more extensions to it. I'm not 100% sure, exactly what we're going to end up doing yet. I know I'm not the first person that's so happy that you can just bring sponges into the nether for that glorious steamy sizzle. Welcome back, everybody. We got some sponges to dry out here. Oh god, that is wow with the head. That was awful. So yeah, we're in the nether here, and this is an amazing little trick if you did not know that you can do this. You just bring the sponges into the nether, you put them down, and it dries them out immediately. Like, I had just gotten myself, like, a whole bunch of furnaces, started smelting some kelp out and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, why am I wasting all this time? So I never ever actually used any of them for any of those purposes. And then the great thing about it is if you have the hoe, that's not the hoe, you just wander through here and you just blaze these things right up like this. It's amazing little additions like this. I mean, I know like some people are always critical of everything Mojang does with Minecraft, but those are the kind of choices that I love. But why am I in the nether drying sponges, you might ask? Because last time you saw me, I was just building a road that didn't require any kind of anything. Let's head back to the overworld and I'll show you. So you can see coming out here, the nether highway extends its way, and I kind of went over this flight path with you guys already. And there's no hiding it, because you can already see what I decided to do with this. Oh, I'm building an underwater tunnel. I'm building an underwater tunnel that's going to use red nether brick as one of its accent blocks, as well as tinted glass. So what you guys are seeing here is not exactly what the final build is going to look like. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, that has gone into this ridiculous thing. But I'm going to be using red nether brick, as you can see in the design. It's going to tie in thematically with the concrete pit that we just flew over there. I built that thing like over 2 years ago, and we're going to dig it through the island there, and we're going to do the closed loop like I had talked about in, you know, the previous fly through of this area here. But don't ask me. I'm great, and now we're out of rockets. Oh my. But like, I mean, I don't know why I do this to myself, why I'm like, oh, well, I should probably make this like way more complicated, way harder for myself. But I did. I, you know, am now going to build this underwater tunnel here, and we're going to bring it all the way down through the island, tee it off. And I mean, I want something more than this. Like, the highway is great, and it's kind of this unifying thing that ties the whole area together. It's just this great thing, but I feel like it needs more. And that's one of the things that I've like done and learned and taken from Minecraft so much lately is more. Doing more, making builds tell more of a story. Now it's not just a highway. Now there's this really, really cool looking tunnel that's going to have all these kind of dark, contrasty colors in it. We're going to mix in some deep slate. We're going to mix in some polished andesite, all these different things. So we're going to skip ahead here to after all the grinding is done, when everything is completely said and done here. And when we come back, the finished tunnel design. Well, this is where we started this portion of this journey, so I feel like this is only appropriate that this is where we begin the final clip. Welcome back, everybody, to Tritoncraft. This highway project, so as I mentioned earlier, this is definitely going to have to be a 2-episode guy. There's no way that I'm ever getting this entire thing done in a single episode, but I've gotten a lot done. I've gotten a lot done, and a lot of this is just such grindy work. Some of this, you know, even if I'm just kind of bored or whatever, this is the kind of thing, like this in the Nether Highway, I would always, if I just kind of wanted to play but I didn't really have anything in mind, I would just knock out sections. I would just knock out a little bit here, a little bit there, and do a little bit of something in the world. I love this highway design. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I also love, like, bedrock. Like, you can see the base way in the distance there. You can see the farmer's market just behind me fading out as you just kind of walk down through here. This little tree island over here that just has a bunch of trees on it. Also, a sheep. I just saw a sheep and a chicken over there, I think. But yeah, I am so eager to show you guys the final design of this tunnel project. Now, I am going to need your help on a couple of things. There's a couple of final design elements that I haven't really settled with. And one of them, well, you'll see. And oh, I love that we're getting into the island here now. I did fix the island. I did do some terraforming down below. And I'm also glad that nothing can get up here where I am, because, ooh, there's some baddies down there. But yeah, I did terraform the island here. There was a flooding cave underneath there. I lit that up, and I terraformed the shore here so that way you can't see any of that kind of nonsense. But ooh, don't yell at me. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get you guys in and show you exactly. So, of course, we got the lights. We wrap around the corner here. I actually spaced these out because in terms of spacing, this is not the same as those. But these would have been touching. These lamps were touching when they were in the corners here. So I spanned these out a little bit. Oh, skellies. Bad skellies. Oh, no. And then we open up into the tunnel proper. So I went with a mix, as we've talked about before, polished deep slate. Yeah, that's what it's called. Jeez. We've got the polished andesite in here. I hate that there's no polished andesite walls, but I do kind of like the textural contrast there. And of course, our red nether brick. Now, there are certain sections where I use red nether brick slabs, brick, slabs. Certain sections I didn't. I was also really careful with lighting, and this is one of the design elements that I kind of need you guys' help on, is what do you think about these walls? Now, in terms of like this, so this is where we have the ring on the outside that's surrounding it, and I'm going to show you guys that from the outside in a second. We stuck some end rods out there for lighting. I like this visual element where it ties into this from the inside. So these ones are definitely going to stay, but what do you think about just these, like, and the other spans? Because I tried putting the lights in here. They would always be on, which I'm fine with, but I really don't feel like they fit the tunnel aesthetic. I really don't feel like they fit in there. I like that it's a tunnel. It should have tons of fluorescent lighting kind of all along the span. So let me know what you think about just kind of including these. I've just put these in here before I started recording this clip, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of really like them. I really, 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 really like them. So I think we're going to keep them. I also think what I may do is maybe extend this out here to kind of keep a little bit of visual continuity with everything that we've got going on there. We've got all these end rods, of course, here. We've got all sorts of end roddage going all along down here. This was so much fun to remove all the water from, as you guys have already seen. And then I kind of thought, like, we need some lighting on the sides, but there was no real good way to tie it in here, especially not to the bridge, which has smooth stone slabs on its sides here. So I thought of this, and you guys have to let me know what you think of this as well. Just this kind of little curvature that comes out, this little block, and it allows us to use a little bit more of the deep slate in here. And just hold little light bars, and I kind of alternated them in between, all the way up and down the structure here. You'll notice in some places, like I said, there are red nether brick slabs, and these things are expensive. Also, I really need to pay attention to what supplies I have in different places more often sometimes, because I found this bad boy, a whole shulker box almost full of nether wart, down inside of that concrete pit over there, that black concrete pit that I built like some years ago. I've just stockpiled supplies there like ages ago and never ever go in there to look. But I remembered there was an ender chest in there. I had to stop in there and found that shulker box. So now, actually, would you believe it? I'm actually like out of nether brick, or like nether rack, more specifically. Yeah, so I need more nether rack. So this is the other thing I need you guys' help with here. And that's the middle lines in the highway going down. I tried to look at it without it. It just doesn't look right because, of course, you've got it visually up here. This is all sea lanterns with you know, yellow carpet over the top of it. But of course I can't do that on the slopes here because half of these are slabs, and there's no good yellow slab block that's close enough to either yellow concrete or yellow carpet. I tried to put yellow concrete in here, see what it looked like. It did not look right, and I want the light to still pass through in areas where we have the little slabby jabs there. So I tried out a few different things here. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Can you please, out there? Ow. Oh. You can see we've also, like, in case you fall down, like, on the interior, we've also got the red nether brick coming all the way up the inside here. But there's just different areas where I didn't use it, and there's different areas where I did to kind of give a little bit of a contrast, just in terms of shape. You can see here we've got ender brick slabs. I'm not sure how I feel about these because of how rough the rest of the road looks because of the blackstone. So I'm not sure about these. We've got, this is just kind of a mix of polished diorite and regular diorite slabs. I actually kind of like this one maybe the most. We've got, this is cut sandstone, which, fun fact, and I don't know if this is just a bedrock thing, but yeah, you can't put cut sand, you can't speak words, apparently, Nick. Jeez. Woo. You can't put cut sandstone into a stone cutter and get cut sandstone subs. You can only still get this out of the crafting table, which I don't know if that's a bug or whatever. But I mean, I do have a regular sandstone slabby jab, and I kind of don't hate regular sandstone either, because the roughness kind of mixes in a little bit with this. It kind of makes a little bit of sense. But the only problem I have with sandstone is these lines. Specifically, it's got a lot of like distinct lines on it. This is just regular diorite, and this is just polished diorite. And I mean, I know polished diorite has the lines as well, but I feel like because it's the same color as the rest of the road, it kind of meshes in a little bit better. So I don't know. I'm personally leaning toward a mixture of the diorite and the diorite slabs going all the way up. And brick I don't think I'm going to use. But yeah, that's, you know, you guys let me know, please, down in the comments. It helps me grow. It helps the algorithm find me and get me out to more people, which would definitely help me, and I would really appreciate it. But I also, you know, sometimes I just need the little bit of help. And, you know, we have other ones of these pillars, like I said, that need to go in. I think one goes right here. But yeah, I don't know how much I like this, because I'm not changing this glass. I don't want to change that glass there. So I don't know how much I like that. Like, you kind of see, like, here, visually it makes sense because it ties into the ring on the exterior of the build, and it looks good. I actually have a polished andesite brick in there, but here, I don't like it. I just don't like it, like, connecting into the glass like that. I could always change that block out, but then that's going to look strange from the outside to just have one block. There's no real visual tie-in. There's no real visual continuity on the outside. I tried putting just end rods in places like this, but it's just too much end rod. Like, I mean, here, like, up here, I think is about the most end rod that you see at any one given time, but I like that it's like the transition, like, into the tunnel. It's like, prepare for darkness, boom, here's all this lighting. And then you just see it subtly as you kind of come down. You just see little bits on the sides, and of course you can see them on the outside rings and stuff as well. And then when you're heading back up, kind of the same thing. The only ones you see there is the ones on the top. The ones on the bottom you actually never see, which I actually really like. So yeah, I just don't know. And like, I don't know if I need to put anything there. Maybe I don't need to put anything there, or maybe we can just go with something like a small little post there. That's the wrong one. That's not even the right space where that goes. Yeah. Jeez. Maybe we don't worry about it at all. Maybe we just put something here like this, and maybe we can just put some signs or some other kind of decoration there. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think about that as well. That's, like I said, I like it, and I like it inside the entrance as well because it can tie into the existing andesite blocks, but there's no other blocks of that style here. So it doesn't really make sense to me there. But anyways, we can head down here into the tunnel proper, and we can see the extension all the way down here. Again, I love this detail here tying into the visual thing outside, and you can hear that conduit down below humming. And so this is a thing that I decided, and I want to show you guys the outside of this too when I get outside. I also want it to be nighttime, because nighttime, this thing looks gorgeous when you're flying into it. But yeah, where we put the legs and stuff, I actually wanted, again, this is going to be like ostensibly a heavy structure. So I wanted everything to kind of tie in visually here and, you know, look like it's kind of attached to everything. So our legs come up through underneath the ground here, boom, anchor into the bridge, and then boom, connect to the sidewall of the tunnel as well to help to support the entire tunnel structure. And that's what we did all the way down through here. What's up there, guy? I also love all of these end rods. This is just a very, very simple, like, end rods. I mean, this is, again, what you would see in, like, a car tunnel. You would just see fluorescent lights all the way down the length of it, and I really, really love that. That's why, again, though, I don't want to do end rods vertically, because it's too much end rod. It's just way too much end rod. Okay, now I gotta get back on top of this. Sometimes there's not easy ways to get back onto the bridge deck itself when you're falling down here. But that's another reason why I'm glad I added these light things, because it kind of is easy to jump back over from them whenever you need to. I also love that this, you know, kind of works out perfectly, exactly where I spaced this out, boom, and then we anchor and we start our light rows just like that. And I think that looks really, really great. I also love, and somebody might make a comment about it, or it doesn't line up, Like, this doesn't line up with that. I kind of like that it doesn't line up with that. I kind of like the asymmetry of it. I don't think everything should look 100% symmetrical, because then when you look at it, it all kind of blurs together. Like, I like that you see those I mean, this one does line up just because of the spacing, but I like that there's that distinctive visual kind of flourish to it. And you can also, maybe you can't see it down here, or maybe you can, but you can hear it. There's a beacon right there. I put an emerald beacon right here. With haste 2, I have the effect blocked right now. But yeah, this is so we can continue our tunnel into the next project. But let me fly outside. I believe it is nighttime or getting close to nighttime. Let me fly outside because I want to show you guys. Oh, let's put our wings back on there, Nick. Show you guys what this thing looks like from the outside. Oh, no, it's still midday, but that's okay. We can still get a really, really good shot of this thing as we kind of come in here. And you could also see, like, decoration-wise, I have decorated the entire length of this tunnel system on the outside. So you can see there are sea pickles and everything. All of our bridge supports and everything are all done on this side. All of our end rods are in. Every single little aspect of this has been decorated, and we've even got our little hanging conduit guys all down here for that kind of just... I know this is overkill in terms of conduits, and to be honest, not all of these have conduits in them because I don't have enough Hearts of the Sea. So I may have to go on some buried treasure hunts and see if I can rustle up a few more of those, because we still need plenty more of them for the other side of the highway system over there. But yeah, all of this stuff is done as well. Like I said, I love the way that this looks. Just like all those sea pickles, just like that light glow all the way along the bottom of it. And then you can see it, of course, over there along the bottom of the tunnel as well. Oh, I don't have my... Yeah, I don't have this on here. I was trying to use that. Oh, my. But yeah, I really love the way that that looks. Come on. Waiting for that stupid conduit effect to wear off there. No, don't go back in the water. Oh, God. Oh, my. But yeah, like I said, you can see just like the way that this stretches out from here. I love that. I love that little visual flourish. That's the way that I want the entire highway system to look, because you can see it from, obviously... Why did this not... What is happening? Jeez. All right. At any rate, yeah, I love the way that this looks, but let's take a look at the exterior of the tunnel while it's still light outside. I had said in the previous clip that I didn't like the way that this looked, so I kind of started smacking in a whole bunch of these red nether brick slabs until I kind of came up with something that I really like, and I like that there's a little bit of extra depth to it. It has just a little bit of extra kind of texture to it this way. And, you know, it just kind of pops out that way. I've mentioned this before, but I love this visual detail of these andesite walls all wrapping all the way around this thing. It's like another anchor point for the entire base. And then, of course, we just stuck, like, this is almost like, I don't know, like, it feels like these would be like blinking lights. And, of course, that's not what these are, because it's Minecraft, and I don't want to try to put redstone lamps in here with any kind of circuitry right up, because then we're going to have some bulky wiring system linked in here. I just wanted something simple, but you can almost imagine, like, if this were a bridge tunnel in real life, like, these would be blinking lights so you could see the thing. You know, I kind of really love that. I also really love this ocean temple that kind of sits over here just in the periphery. Like, when you're inside the tunnel and you look out, especially at nighttime, like, you could just see the sea lanterns over there glowing. It looks really cool, actually. But yeah, we head all the way down here, and again, we continued this with the slabs here, but again, there's no slabs over here. I tried to replicate what you guys saw in that creative mode clip, kind of the first iteration of the tunnel, and what the tunnel looked like at first. Didn't like it at all. I actually don't think it looks like good with having... It's because of the introduction of the deep slate. Adding a lot of slabs that overlap the deep slate, it didn't look good to me. I like these side by side, but not overlapping one another. I just don't think it looked quite as good. But then we continue down under the water, of course, and everything continues visually. I really hate that these walls attach like this, but there's not anything I can do about that. That's just the way that that thing is spaced. But then we continue down under here. I love this, except for this. I hate that it disconnects right there when I put the end rod on there, but I mean, I'm nitpicking now. I'm definitely nitpicking. I'm absolutely in love with this tunnel build. I think it looks fantastic. And I just think it looks... Well, I already said it looks fantastic. But we head down underneath here, and then you can see... This is what I was talking about when we talk about... the legs. So this is kind of like the extreme version, like the shortened version. And this is why I wanted this design-wise for the highway itself. I wanted a leg design that looked the same no matter the height of it. So this is with absolutely no spacing in between the top brace and the bottom brace whatsoever. This is what it actually looks like here. I got to get some bone meal down here and get some stuff kind of in here taken care of. Also, I have killed so many drowned in the past 2 weeks recording and making this episode. I am so annoyed by them now. And we kind of actually, I had to half bury both of the conduits down under here because we're like right inside of the water line. Just rotten flesh there. I wonder where that came from. But yeah, like I just love this. Again, this is actually bracing the tunnel itself as well as the bridge inside. You can see visually it continues in there. That's the same bridge bracket we've always used. Heads right outside. I actually added this little visual bit in there so that kind of carries over. And then that's coming down and bracing up the entire thing. Stupid little kid. Get away from me. All of these things, like normally on the rest of the bridge, they're just kind of like, if they don't hold the conduit, they're just like decorative little braces. Oh God, we've got a stupid, ugh. So many guys. On the regular bridge, they're just visual details. Go away. Oh, we got the stupid trident guy. Come on. You can't even let me record this clip, can you? But yeah, we have this thing anchored into the ground. On the regular bridge, they're just decorative if they're not holding a conduit. Like this one is just decorative, though. This one's just holding a conduit. And I didn't decide to anchor this one down below because I just didn't feel like it needed it. Although it could look kind of cool if I had another line of the polished andesite running down there. I love the way that this, like the tunnel entrance is just kind of almost clipped onto the side here with just that one row visually overlapping that. And it's nighttime, so I've got to show you guys this thing at night. I think this is when it looks its absolute best. This is probably what we're going to end up clipping, like episode art-wise, when we come in here. And even just the highway itself, I think looks fantastic at night. Because you just see all of this glow, all of these lamps, that visual detail just looks perfect. It looks so alive now. It looks so alive, but, you know, we've got to take a look, of course, at the tunnel proper. As we kind of come in here, and then you kind of just see, I just think it looks amazing. And again, you can just see those end rods. I really think the end rods are kind of the little touch that this needed to make it a little bit more bright. I don't know if mob spawning would be fully prevented on top of this tunnel. I've never seen a mob spawn on top of this tunnel, if that helps. I'm sure that there are places that are dark enough for mobs to spawn, but I don't really care because you're never going to be on top of the tunnel. You're always going to be inside of it. But yeah, I love this. I think this just looks absolutely magnificent. And then again, we're going to continue it underneath this island. It's going to go straight through this island. It's going to split off, and a fork of it is going to go over here. And then another fork of it is going to go over to here to continue off of this extension. So this extension there's no legs to this highway system over here yet. There's no conduits to half of it. They end way down here by the base. There's no end rods on the sides. So yeah, I mean, this would have just taken me another 2 weeks to finish all of the rest of this stuff. And I just don't want to sit here and work on this forever because it would have just taken forever. But we have moved our chest monster over here. So at the very least, we are kind of ready to go as far as that's concerned. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for another episode. Oh, hey, you can see my little guy up there. Of Tritoncraft. I really, really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Thank you so, so much for tuning in, for all of your amazing support on this series, on the Spring Creek series. Just look at that. It just looks amazing. I'm going to get hit with mining fatigue if I fly over this stupid ocean temple, though, and I don't want to. That was close. That was so close. But yeah, you guys definitely have to let me know what you think of the tunnel design. Do you guys think it looks really cool? Do you guys think it's like, Nick, why did you do all this extra work? Which I constantly ask myself that. If I would have just done the Overworld highway, this would already, the whole thing would be done. All the time I spent making this, it would be done and then some. Like, this video would have been out like probably almost a week earlier. But I like to challenge myself, and especially with Minecraft, especially lately, like over the past like year and a half, like I really want to challenge myself to make interesting, like, unique looking builds. I don't want to just wing it and just do the easy thing, because that's just not as interesting. Let's face it. It's really, really not. And I mean, we still got to go in here and we're still going to rough up this highway, and we're still going to add in, ow. We're still going to add in the black stone all along this thing, rough this thing up a little bit, make it look a little bit weathered so it's not just concrete the entire way down, because that's just going to make it look that much better. But I think this looks absolutely amazing, and I love how much more life is starting to be in this area over here now. We've got so much else going on over here. It just kind of looks great, but this looks amazing. You are amazing. I love you, beautiful faces. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Tritoncraft. I went in the water. Boop. Bye. Oh, I tried to use the trident. But yeah. I can't. Why do I see? I must have hit a button, because I could see my little guy up there. I don't know what that's about, but at any rate, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Have an absolutely amazing day.